Hello, everybody. I see people are waiting for us. Yes, Paul, we are here. Michael, we are here. And I see Joseph T. I see Samuel Agabe, Anag, Ray Allen. I can see you from there. And, thank you so much for all of us who managed to join in. Today's session is exciting. I'm also excited to be hosting the session as well. And again, we are joined by one of our angels, that is Louis. Louis, let me know if you can be able to speak. Louis?
Yes, Matendo, I can hear you.
Right. So just as we get started, my name is Mathendu, and today we will be having the DeFi masterclass. Remember to invite your friends and family to join us live so that we can be able to learn together. So today's masterclass will cover decentralized finance. And again, just before we proceed, I'd like to remind all of us that we have massive giveaways that we'll be doing during the session. So don't miss out on the giveaways. We'll be doing massive giveaways during the session as well. So as we get started, today, as we said again, it's an exciting session where we cover decentralized finance. And let's get to see what DeFi is, and I'll be sharing my screen shortly so that we are able to see this. Just a second. Okay. All right. Please confirm if we can all be able to see the screen. Let's confirm if we can all be able to see the screen.
Yeah, Matendo, you can see the screen.
Guys, let's confirm in the chat. Let's confirm in the chat. Perfect. I see Anag says they can clearly see the screen. So today's topic, that is decentralized finance. And, it's an exciting topic, especially now that we are in a bear market, that we need to also understand other ways we can be able to generate income that includes but is not limited to decentralized finance. So let's get started and get to see get to answer the first question, which is, what's DeFi? What's decentralized finance? First of all, just before we get to understand what DeFi is, first we remember that DeFi lets users access crypto and financial services without, just no more than a wallet with some crypto. So there's a range of decentralized applications which facilitates something like lending, liquidity provision, swapping, staking, and more across the blockchains. So of course, Ethereum was kind of the first place where DeFi started, while most blockchains with smart contracts can now also have decentralized applications. So one of the other things we'll be looking at is smart contracts, which are essentially very important to the DeFi, to decentralized finance, which of course again includes staking, lending, investing, and harvesting, and more. So far, DeFi has allowed people to optimize their yield by joining, the DeFi marketplaces, and also accessing banking services and engaging in quick borrowing and lending. This is all thanks to decentralized finance. So entering into the DeFi world, of course, can be exciting to many, but confusing as well, because it's not the easiest way to get into this, to get into crypto. So after some time of holding or something we call hodling, it's common to wonder, like, how can you squeeze some extra gains out of your portfolio. So there's of course a lot of things to uncover, and that comes into especially in DeFi. So when we use DeFi responsibly, we are able to access powerful tools that can be able to help us in terms of financial inclusion, and getting to understand this particular industry. So, of course, DeFi now stands for decentralized finance, which refers to an ecosystem of financial services, or what I call financial applications, which are built on the blockchain networks. And more specifically, the term DeFi may kind of refer to a movement that aims to create an open source, permissionless, and transparent financial service, into the Binance ecosystem, into any particular ecosystem. So, when you think about permissionless, there are a few things that that come into your mind. Something like peer-to-peer transactions and decentralized applications, so which do not necessarily need any particular party to be participating. So I see Louis is here. Louis, let me know if you're able to talk.
Yes, I don't know whether you can hear me, Madendu. I'm here. I'm here.
Louis?
Madendu, I can hear you.
Oh, thank you. Louis, please introduce yourself. Sorry, we had already started, but you can just do a late introduction.
Oh, yes, I'm Luis Caprich. Thank you, Madendu, for the invite. I'm one of the angels in Kenya, East Africa. So let's get learning, and I'll be sharing and also taking some few questions as Madendu is presenting. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Louis. So we were into decentralized finance, and I was, talking about permissionless systems and them being permissionless. What does that really mean, especially in regard to P2P transactions and decentralized applications? So the main core benefit here is that DeFi enables you to access, a huge portfolio of financial services, especially for those of us who are isolated from the traditional banking system. And another main advantage of DeFi is the modular framework it's built on, which is kind of interoperable. So what we mean by interoperable is, you can use X blockchain. You can say, these particular blockchains can be able to talk when you think about it. Like, think of your traditional bank, except that now you are able to do transactions to any other bank without without any limitations in terms of operability. So that allows you to that allows DeFi to kind of expand very fast, and DeFi applications in this case, um, most of them are actually hosted on public blockchains. I would actually say like 99.9% of them are actually hosted on public blockchains. So let's get to understand the core advantages. First of all, let's get to understand how DeFi works, and in this case, sorry, in this case, we'll see a bit more about decentralized finance. So, of course, it uses cryptocurrencies, which we've learned before, which are digital currencies, and something we call smart contracts, which are code, which are used to automate tasks. We'll cover more about smart contracts, and I'll be showing you the live session on smart contracts and how this works. So on that, cryptocurrencies and smart contracts are used to provide financial services, which now helps eliminate the need for intermediaries such as guarantors. In traditional banking system, we all have these particular, people. So these services may include lending, where users can actually lend out their crypto and earn interest in minutes rather than months, where as opposed to like traditional banking system. And the other bit is you're cutting the intermediary. So the loans can also be received almost instantly, making them peer-to-peer, P2P transaction, that is without a broker. So of course, these services can also allow you to do savings in terms of cryptocurrency savings, and better interest rather than the traditional banking system. We'll be seeing a bit of one of the decentralized finance exchanges, and platforms on the Binance Smart Chain, which will show you how how it works, and which will show you how it works, and probably you can learn how to interact with it. So the next part is DeFi, of course, now can be used to facilitate P2P transactions for businesses. So you can utilize decentralized applications, which are called, in short form, they are called dApps, DAPPS, decentralized applications, most of which can be found on the Ethereum network. And of course, we have most of others which are found on the Binance Smart Chain. So among the more widely used DeFi services and dApps, there are coins like we'll find blockchains which have their own coins, rather coins which have their own blockchains like Ethereum, Polkadot, Solana. All these you're able to find them among sorry. So you're also able to interact with stablecoins whose value is pegged directly to fiat currencies. In this case, most of them are pegged to the US dollar. That is dollar-denominated cryptocurrencies, which we call stablecoins. You'll also find tokens and digital wallets. Those of us using wallets, you'll find these centralized and decentralized wallets. The likes of Trust Wallet, the likes of MetaMask, the likes of Binance DeFi Wallet. You'll find all of them here. Other services you're able to have access on DeFi, you'll see DeFi mining, which provides liquidity mining. We'll cover this more when we come to the hands-on, how to show the hands-on part. So you also find yield farming and staking, which can also, and DeFi also can help you with trading and borrowing, and of course lending as well, and saving using smart contracts. So DeFi, of course, is open source, meaning that the protocols and the applications are theoretically open to any user to inspect and innovate upon. So I've had questions where someone asks you, who owns Bitcoin, who owns Ethereum, who owns, BNB. If a blockchain is decentralized enough, if it has good, a lot of nodes which are not controlled by anyone, then there's actually no one who owns the entire network, but people own the entire network. All right. So anyone can be the owner. How can you be the owner, say, in Bitcoin? In Bitcoin, how can you be the owner for the Bitcoin owner? You contribute towards mining. So the source code is out there, and you're able to now contribute towards mining. And if you're contributing towards mining, you're securing the actual network. So that's basically how decentralized finance works. And I'll let Louis take us through the few advantages of DeFi. Louis, are you there? Louis, are you? So I let Louis take us through this part. That is the advantages of DeFi. Louis, are you able to proceed?
Yes, Madende, I can hear you.
All right, please take us through advantages of DeFi.
You can hear me, right?
Yes, you are loud enough.
Okay, so of course, thank you for covering the first part of, the basic definition, which is very important because we need to know what we are working with. So there are various advantages to DeFi, of course, in comparison to traditional finance, or what some people call centralized finance, where the two, I think, can be usually interchanged. So one of the key advantages, as I think you just mentioned, some of it is that it's basically open to anyone. The fact that it's open source, That is one of the most, I think, the most known advantage. And then the other one is it's mostly everybody gets to keep. Rather, there's a term called self custody, whereby you kept to keep your assets. And this way you can talk about the fact that you don't need any intermediaries or arbitrators. It's there's no middleman. It's basically you and the particular asset class you are interacting with. Another advantage is that, of course, it's as these new financial services are deployed, they are all deployed on top of blockchains, and in that you realize that there is no single point of failure, whereby in case there's a update, there is a upgrade, you don't need to be offline. I think some of us remember some time back. I think was it? In fact, let me use a very recent example just to show you how a central point of failure can affect everyone. I think it was yesterday, whereby one of the messaging services was a bit down, and everybody actually experienced a downtime. But the good thing with the DeFi, you will never experience such kind of experiences. I think also back some years ago, I think in Kenya, we had some downtime in some financial services, and you can actually feel the pressure. But the thing here is with DeFi is that is one thing that is solved with it. The other advantage, which is the main advantage number 3, is that there's a high level of ease of access for individuals who usually you don't need to rely on the major financial services pillars or infrastructure. So those are the 3 main advantages. Of course, there are very many, but since this is a 1-hour masterclass, we won't be like relying on. Basically, we won't be talking about everything, but just know that you don't need an arbitrator or intermediary. They are deployed on top of blockchains, which now rules out the point of a single point of failure. So you get to access services 24/7, 365 days in a year, and most importantly, they can be shut down. And then the third one is that it's open for those individuals who otherwise wouldn't have access to any financial services. So Madendu, I think those are the key advantages. I don't know what you can add, or you can move to the next
So I think
part.
I actually think those are the main key advantages, which involve mostly the decentralization. So I see there's a lot of questions out here, and we'd like to attend onto some of them, and I'll start from the very early questions, and the first one is just a second. Most of them are comments. That's why I'm trying to find a question. I thought I saw a question here. Oh, my question, this one. Salam Abdul Razak asks, my question is, what's the difference between DeFi and crypto? So what's the difference between DeFi and crypto? So step one, let's look at crypto. What is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrencies are digital currencies which are permissionless. All right, these are digital these are digital currencies which can be traded as well, and you're able to move them digitally. All right, so sorry. While DeFi refers to decentralized finance, where it's a kind of, now in DeFi you use cryptocurrencies, you don't use fiat currencies. I think one of the things is we need to define also what fiat currencies is, and understand the main differences between fiat currencies and cryptocurrencies. So of course, without making it very hard for cryptocurrencies, think of them basically as your digital currencies, which are not necessarily governed by anyone, and they help in the digital economy. So fiat currencies, on the other end, they are legal tender issued by the government. So that would be like if you're in Kenya, Kenyan shillings; if you're in Uganda, that is UGX; if you're in Tanzania, TZS; and those of us watching from anywhere, that would be any currency which is issued by your own government. That's a fiat currency. Now, most of us have used digital currencies. If you have used mobile money, that's a digital currency because you're using virtual money, all right? You're using virtual money in this case. So if it's a digital currency, what's the main difference between such a currency and cryptocurrencies? The main difference is fiat currencies, which are transacted on um, on mobile money or banking, they are still fiat currencies. They are still currencies issued by the government. While cryptocurrencies are digital currencies, which are they are secured by cryptography, and it's typically used as a medium of exchange within a P2P transaction or a P2P peer-to-peer. Abdul, we mean by, if I want to send you, like in case I need us to do a trade, it's between Abdul and I, not that party. So that's a peer-to-peer transaction. So Abdul, let us know if you've understood the main difference between decentralized finance and cryptocurrency. Again, cryptocurrencies are just digital currencies, and the cryptocurrencies actually can be used in decentralized finance. What that means is, think of Binance. Binance is a centralized exchange. So how about if you could buy, crypto, if you're not necessarily KYC in any account, right? So that's decentralized finance, where there's not much details required for you to be able to transact. But now crypto is the currency for DeFi. You can't use fiat currency on decentralized finance.
But then,
Yes.
hope maybe just to add on what you've talked about on Abdul Salam questions, is that you can actually talk about DeFi as part of the broader. It's part of the broader ecosystem of cryptocurrencies. So it's one in the other one. So DeFi is like the bigger part of the ecosystem of cryptocurrencies. Thank you.
Thank you for that great addition. Thank you so much. So I see someone from Facebook, Adam A. Najib, asking, since DeFi is mostly unregulated, isn't it liable for frauds? So one of the things you'll come to realize with crypto is it's the worst way to do fraud. Why? Cash cannot be tracked, but crypto, everyone can see money moving. So in case you're thinking of, say, laundering money, or you're even thinking of, for those of us who are advanced, there are things called mixers. There are actually privacy blockchains as well. But there are ways you're able to track this money. It's not like it's actually the easiest way. Remember, crypto is actually open ledger, right? Cryptocurrencies, actually blockchains are actually open ledger, where anyone can see money moving. You just don't know whose it is, right? So the first step is, if you wanted to interact with decentralized finance, and Adam, I think from your point of view, you're in fear of peer-to-peer transactions. So remember, in this case, for any peer-to-peer transactions, there must be a trusted third party. In this case, we'll see what that trusted third party is, and that trusted third party, we call it a smart contract, and we'll see what smart contracts are. But all I can tell you, in decentralized finance, of course, you need some. I'm not ruling out the fact that there could be, scams. There could be people trying out to, because people are very, um, cheeky. Some people are very cheeky. So I'm not ruling out the possibility of there being scams, but we'll be also talking about the risks and also do a hands-on to show you, a bit more about, DeFi. But the real thing is DeFi allows you to cut the middleman. So if you go to your bank, they will tell you, and you want to save with them. Most of them won't give you an interest rate more than 10%. That one is for sure. Most of the banks will give you 3 to 5% if you're in Africa. If you go to borrow the money, you're borrowing that money at about a minimum of 15% APR annually. No, what DeFi does is it removes that bank there and connects you through a smart contract. You'll see something we call over collateralized loans. We'll also see something we call flash loans, which help you now connect directly to these particular people. You're also able to provide liquidity in decentralized finance. We'll also be seeing that in what we call LP provision. So I see some Sasida Musa says, what's the risk of DeFi? We'll be covering that as well. So let's be patient as we get there. So in the meantime, we'll proceed. Keep your questions coming. And we need to do the first giveaway. And I will ask a question, especially in regard to what we just covered. And Louis, please help me distribute codes. So I'll ask, what are the three main ways? What are the three main advantages in decentralized finance? What are the three main advantages in decentralized finance? Answer those on YouTube and on Facebook. I see there. So the very first two correct answers will be getting at least $10 in giveaways. The very first at least two will be getting $10 in giveaways. So Louis will approach you. We'll just announce the winners here anyway, and you're able to get the rewards. So let's go to and see what are really these smart contracts that we are talking about. So, to put it simply, smart contracts are basically a piece of computer software that can be designed, as an automated self-enforcing contract. What does this mean? All right. Sorry. So when we talk about smart contracts, think of code which does not necessarily need anyone's input. So it's basically a computer code that acts as a digital agreement between two parties. So if you needed to agree with X person without having to meet them on, say, any particular transaction, you can go to this trusted, quote unquote, trusted third party, except that now it's autonomous. It executes based on inputs, not based on how we feel, all right? So if you, why I'm saying that is because, especially with people taking debts. So this code allows you to have a digital agreement. So this digital agreement can be put on the blockchain, and anyone can be able to see these particular agreements. So a smart contract, of course, runs on top of a blockchain and is stored on a public database. Why do we say a public database? These databases they are basically able to be audited by anyone, because again, blockchains allow every user to equally participate in cryptocurrencies, to equally participate in these networks. So because the blockchain processes the smart contracts, they can also be sent automatically without third parties, right? So the peer-to-peer transaction is kind of closed only when the conditions in the agreement are met. So you can think of a code that evaluates is 1 + 1 2. If that's correct, it only executes when the answer is 2. So only when the actual code reaches the agreement, that's when any transactions can be done. So these ones, they are called self-enforcing because they are actually autonomous. They just do the work once the conditions are met fully. So in other words, smart contracts are basically lines of code that execute a specific function once these particular conditions are met, right? So the code usually follows something like a loop where if X condition is met, then do Y actions, all right? So these statements are used to trigger predetermined or predictable actions, which have been put to execute on chain. So for example, an online shop may implement a smart contract that ensures that if the payment is received, then the products are delivered. So this one could make the whole process a bit more efficient and less prone to human error. So it checks, has the payment been delivered? Has the payment been made? And since crypto again is an open ledger, it's very easy to check. So you are connecting using a wallet. Maybe all we are talking here does not make sense, but when we go to the live demo, it will all make sense. So smart contracts, of course, they play a huge role in the blockchain space and in cryptocurrencies, particularly in regard to ERC20 tokens, which of course represent a class of tokens on the Ethereum network. On Binance Smart Chain, there's also smart contracts, which we'll be looking at them. These tokens are usually distributed as what we call an initial coin offering, and we'll see more about that in a future lecture as well. So another area smart contracts can be suitable in is the financial services industry, especially, or for instance, the technology may be used to automate the clearing and settlements of trades, the payment of maybe bond coupons, and even calculation of something like payout of insurance claims. These are things that could be automated if your car is involved in an accident. Check what conditions to be done, and then execute, pay the claim. All right. So those are easy stuff that could be done by computers, and that's basically how smart contracts are made to work. So despite their obvious applications in financial and sector, of course, smart contracts, they can be versatile enough to apply to practically almost all the industries in which funds or digital assets or any kind of digital information is needed to be transferred between one or two parties. So the equipment leasing industry, for instance, can be made, especially in like real world use case. Smart contracts can be used to have the lease agreements done. So something else maybe in healthcare sector, the technology being used to explore maybe things like data manipulation and clinical trials. Smart contracts can be used to enforce intellectual property agreements by establishing something like a definitive record of shared ownership rights. So these are a lot. There's a lot of things that smart contracts can be used for, and feel free to ask any questions so far. So maybe on the smart contracts, maybe Louis, are you able to cover what's the main role of smart contracts in decentralized finance?
Yes, Madendo, I can do that briefly. What did you agree on the winners? Do we reward them at the end or as you go by?
Sorry?
The winners to the question you asked.
I'll be selecting them as you present this.
Okay, because I've seen, I think, what's his name? Tina Rand and Arnold, I think they answered quite satisfactory. So
All right,
maybe as you do that, we can check on that. As I
all right,
answer the roles of, rather talk about the few roles of smart contracts in DeFi.
all right, all right. I see very good questions here as well from Lawal Musa, who is asking, uh, you know, what can be earned in the DeFi space. Just be patient. We'll be doing that. We'll be showing that. And for these two users, Tinarad and Arnold, please DM me on Telegram. That is Madendo_KE to claim your gift cards. Louis, please proceed with
All
showing
right.
us at the main.
Okay, okay. So, I mean, the fact that now we've, I think, learned about a few basics of what are smart contracts in DeFi. So, I think we can talk about perhaps two key roles in, of smart contracts in DeFi. Now that you know what DeFi is and you know what smart contracts are. So, one of the key role in terms of smart contracts is that they basically have a unique ability to enforce those terms in an automated manner. You remember when Martin talked about smart contracts as he was introducing. So these now one of the you can talk about the key role in that the unique ability for the contracts to enforce those terms that are stipulated in the particular contract that was being encoded. And all this, remember, is done in an automated manner. It's done in an automated manner. So that is one of the first key role, is that they have a unique ability to enforce those terms that the person creating the contract wants it to behave or to execute in a certain way. Now, the second role is that, of course, when you're using smart contracts, it enables the particular like contract design or the thing you are designing to execute in a faster, easier way, and that way, of course, it reduces the risk for both parties. So you can talk about that. The second role being that it is it enables a faster and easier way to execute the particular contract that is being implemented, and that in the end reduces the risk. As you say, as you talked about earlier, there are very many points you're going to cover, but those are the key roles of a smart contract in DeFi specifically. Madendu? Hello?
Oh, sorry, sorry. I didn't realize I was muted. So we've already awarded Arnold. Tina Rad, please DM me. So the next part is let's get to understand what are crypto wallets and how do they work, so that we can also get to understand, you know, how can they be used in decentralized finance. So in short, crypto wallets they are basically tools that you can use to interact with on the blockchain. So if you want to interact with the blockchain, you just use a crypto wallet. Again, I'm going to show you all these by the end of the session. So just stay around. We'll be showing you that during the session. So there are various types of crypto wallets which can be basically divided into three. The first group is software wallets, and we also have hardware wallets, and we have paper wallets. So depending on their working mechanisms, they can also be referred to as hot or cold wallets. All right. So the majority of crypto wallet providers are based on software, which makes their use a bit more convenient than the hardware wallets. So, but something we need to put in mind is hardware wallets tend to be the most secure alternative. Paper wallets, on the other hand, consist of a wallet printed out on a paper, but their use is now deemed a bit obsolete and and unreliable. So let's get to understand how do cryptocurrency wallets work. So contrary to the popular belief that the wallets don't truly store their digital assets, um, you know, that actually blockchains are what store these particular digital assets. So they just provide wallets, basically provide the tools required to interact with the blockchain. And in other words, what you're basically doing is the wallets generate the necessary information to send and receive cryptocurrency on the blockchain transactions. And among other things, you'll find information which consists of one or more pairs of what we call public keys and private keys. I'll be showing you how to create a public key and a private key by the end of this particular engagement. So the wallet also provides addresses and which are basically alphanumeric identifiers that are used to generate that basically are generated based on the public keys or the private keys supplied. So these addresses, in essence, they are basically a specific. They can be used to access the blockchain, and they are a way to say that I own X amount of coins from a particular blockchain. So that means if you share your address with others, they can be able to claim it. That is if you share your private key. You'll also find public keys, which are a way for you to be able to receive crypto and other digital assets. Why do I say other digital assets? So you'll find that in the blockchain space, you have other digital assets like NFTs. So that's why I'm saying crypto and other digital assets. So you're able to access them using this particular cryptocurrency, rather these particular wallets. So the private key gives you access to your cryptocurrencies regardless of whatever wallet you may use. So even if your computer or smartphone gets compromised, you still can access your funds on another device as long as you have the corresponding private key, which is what we call a seed phrase. So please note that the coins never truly leave the blockchain, except when they are just transferred from one wallet to another. That is in case you are bridging, but the coins never really leave the blockchain. So Louis, you can talk to us about whether we need a crypto wallet to trade crypto.
Madendo, say that again.
Talk to us, do we need crypto wallets to trade crypto?
Oh, yes. Yeah. So, yes, we actually, one of the key foundational basics is that you need an access to DeFi. And for you to do that, of course, you have to start with the wallet. That is the first foundational requirement is that you need a wallet. And as you've rightly mentioned, is that wallet is actually it's a tool used to interact with that blockchain. So yes, you need a crypto wallet to interact with the whole DeFi space. I don't know whether that was the right answer to the question.
Yes, that's clear. That's clear. Yes, we do need a wallet for us to be able to access any.
And of course, maybe just to maybe that was quite a long answer, but it's in simple. Yes, you need a wallet. That is, as I said, the first requirement. Whether you are trading or you are holding, you need a wallet to access, to store, and of course, trade all your cryptos. So the simple answer is yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Louis. So while still here, let's cover a bit about the kind of wallets we have. What kind of wallets do we have? So some of the few examples we have is hot wallets and cold wallets. We also have mobile wallets. So a hot wallet, basically, think of them as exchange wallets. That's the easiest way to think about hot wallets. In this case, I'm thinking about something like Binance Exchange Wallet. That's a hot wallet. We also have mobile wallets. Your Trust wallet, your MetaMask, that those are mobile wallets. We also have browser extension crypto wallets, something like MetaMask, Math Wallet, Binance Chain Wallet. These ones are basically extensions on the browser that can be used to serve as crypto wallets. So we also have desktop crypto wallets. Those of us who used Bitcoin in the very early days, you remember Exodus, and we also have Electrum. Sorry, you remember Exodus and Electrum, which are the main crypto wallets we had back then. Of course, if you're using something like Binance Smart Chain, make sure to check the best wallets for Binance Smart Chain. But in this case, I would just say, Trust Wallet would really serve you very well. So if you're wondering what Wallet is, just get yourself Trust Wallet um, on either Play Store or App Store. There's an application which you can be able to have Trust Wallet. So the next part is on hardware versus cold wallets, and let's get to understand, or hot versus cold wallets. Sorry. So, as mentioned before, cryptocurrency wallets may also be defined as hot or cold wallets according to the way they operate. So, a hot wallet is essentially any wallet that is connected somehow to the internet. For example, whenever you create an account on Binance and send funds to your wallet, you're depositing into Binance's hot wallet, right? So these wallets are quite easy to set up and the funds are quickly accessible, making them a bit more convenient for traders and other frequent users. So for cold wallets, they are a bit different. They have no connection to the internet. Instead, what they do, they have a physical medium to store the keys offline. So this makes them resistant to online hacking attempts, and as such, cold wallets tend to be a more safer alternative to storing your coins. This method is also known as cold storage, and it's particularly suitable for long-term investors, or simply said, hodlers. I have a T-shirt called hodler, and people keep thinking it's misspelled. Louis, I don't know if you've had the same thing.
Yes, yeah, but at least that's normally a good conversation starter whereby somebody like, hey, what is, was it a mistake or, but yeah, it's normally a good talking point whereby somebody sees, someone gets confused, but now you explain that it's actually,
A
um,
term,
yeah,
a
but it's
crypto
still a good
term.
moment.
Yeah, that's correct. So that's correct. So still on wallets. So as a way of to protect users' funds, Binance only holds a small percentage of their coins in its hot wallet. So the remaining is kept in a cold wallet, disconnected from the internet. This is a way users can be able to be secured. We realize that Binance is a pretty secure platform, and these some of these security measures, they are they've been not just implemented, they're implemented for a good reason, and mostly it's because of these particular reasons where they help you protect your account. Even if there's a data breach, only a very small amount can be breached. So that said, let's get to understand. Let's get Louis to talk to us about. Sorry, We didn't cover software wallets. Louis, are you able to talk to us about software wallets?
Oh, yes, I can actually talk about it briefly on software wallets. So I think I'm seeing very good discussion on the chat. I think it's actually quite interesting, it's encouraging. So keep going. As you know, there are rewards in this session. So let's keep the conversation going. So in regards to software wallets, Madendu just talked about the two hot versus cold. So software wallets, you can say it's another segment of defining the cryptocurrency wallets. So software in its simple terms is it's not like it's not tangible. It's software. So that is so when you talk about software, the first thing is of course the web. So you have what we call a web-based wallet, and perhaps Binance wallet could perhaps fall into that. We also have what we call a desktop wallet, whereby it is installed natively on your computer, either whether it's a laptop or a PC. And then the last one is a mobile based wallet. So those three segments is what forms a software kind of a wallet. So you have web, you have a desktop, and you have a mobile kind of. Of course, mobile is device based, whether it's a tablet or a phone. So Madendo, I think that sums up the three types of software wallets.
All right. Still on that, we talked about web wallets and desktop wallets. I won't go more into mobile wallets and hardware wallets and paper wallets, but in case you have any questions regarding wallets, we will be taking them on the chat and as we discussed. So, will you please also talk to us about the challenges in the DeFi space?
Yes, Madendo, yeah, when you talk about challenges, I think this is one thing that people need to really get to understand. There's nothing that is ever good. Everything it's two-sided. You have the good side and you have the other side of the coin. So one of the key challenges that DeFi is constantly facing and also fixing is that poor performance, and this basically in comparison to our legacy systems, because most people compare DeFi with like what they use, like the payment systems that we have within the banks or within the mobile ecosystem. So if you like maybe perhaps way, you may realize that DeFi may scope poorly. I mean, the fact that it's still it's still developing, so there are those gaps that are being constantly filled. But at the moment, it may look that it has a poor performance. The other challenge is a high risk of user error. This means that because it's a new kind of thing, people tend to make very small mistakes that can be avoided. But of course, you need to get used to it, and the more you use it, the more you become avid with the system. You more or less minimize the errors, and such errors actually come about when you are transferring, when you're copying the wrong kind of address to maybe you are transferring from a Ethereum platform to let's say to a BSC platform. You are transferring tokens. You are cross transferring tokens across platforms, and you make some errors. The other high risk error is that if for traders who are new or other people who are new in the system, in the DeFi ecosystem, you may be looking to buy and you click sell, or you may be looking to sell and you click buy. So those are the basic errors that people usually face. And with time, of course, you get to learn them and become more experienced. As we say, everything starts with you have to start somewhere. And of course, these are tech related aspect, and most people may find a challenge. The other third challenges, as you can see over there, is a bad user experience. And one of the main things is that this comes about due to bad actors in the ecosystem. Anything that is new, that looks, they usually say anything original is a fake, and most people apparently are more attracted to the fake fast thing. It's human nature, and I know I'm sure Madeni you've experienced the same. You meet certain users who've been conned, who've been they lost money. They actually they were part of like a fake thing, but now you have to now take them through the right platform, that is the correct channel, this is the correct ecosystem, this is the correct website. Very small, actually. Again, coming from the point number two, errors. You get to people get to experience bad actors within the ecosystem. So it's very important you take time and learn the right ways, and don't be quick to jump into a system. Just take time to learn, as we do in such master classes. The last point is the one of a cluttered ecosystem. Being this millennium of a digital era, things actually are quite dynamic. What was happening last week is not. It has changed. Things are moving fast, and that, of course, presents a challenge in that people need to move fast. And unfortunately, people. I mean, it's human nature to take time and learn something, but by the time you are getting comfortable with this particular ecosystem, something else has come up before even you get to understand that something else has come up. So that presents some you can say some element of clutteredness, but bit by bit you get to now learn the whole ecosystem. Thank you. Malendu?
Thank you so much, Louis, on covering that part where we just look at the main challenges in the DeFi ecosystem. And I know most of us are here for this particular part. And this particular part is very important to, of course, all of us, so that we are also able to understand how do you really make money in DeFi. So, still on DeFi, we need to do an hands-on, which is at the end of the session, and we'll be seeing how you can be able to make money on how to interact with these particular platforms. But there are, a lot of ways you're able to make money. People are attempting to capitalize on the growth of DeFi. DeFi is actually getting huge very fast, and one of the strategies is generating passive income using Ethereum-based lending platforms, which essentially users are able to loan out their money and generate interest from the loans. Another strategy you can use is yield farming, and yield farming is a bit riskier, but it allows advanced traders to um, scan through DeFi tokens in the hopes of finding opportunities for larger returns, but it's a bit complicated and it lacks a bit transparency. However, that does not mean we won't cover it. So stay around. We'll be covering how to do that on one of the dexes on Binance Smart Chain. So, going forward, let's get to answer your questions. I understand we may have some questions here. Louis, do you have any questions on the chat?
Yes, I'm just seeing. Okay, there's so Okay, so there's, I think Veronica, there's Veronica asked, I think one, I think it's a valid question based on the where we are at this topic. Is that Veronica is asking if one has BNB wallet, for how long can it hold crypto safely? How long? That is the question from Veronica.
Wow, wow. Veronica, the simple answer is for as long as the blockchain exists. So if the Binance Smart Chain blockchain, for as long as it exists, you can hold them for as long as that. And these blockchains are not built to come and fall, tomorrow or next year or 10 years from now. These are, tamper-proof blockchains which can serve people for, decades, not just decades, for like, thousands of years. These are like a revolutionary technology. People may have different opinions because crypto has been here for about 13 years now. Um, just uh, just uh, just a second. I'm trying to find one of the oldest blockchains, which has been in hiding since 1995. So there was a blockchain. I don't know when it was first, but it's basically it was actually trending some time back. So blockchains can stay for as long as possible. So I would say crypto is very safe for you, for anyone. So that means you're able to do so much more on that. So Louis, do you have any more questions?
Yes, we have, I think, one very interesting one, which is actually, I know most people in East Africa, they are cost sensitive. They want to know. I think that it came from there's somebody asked what his name. He's asking about the cost, about what is the cost. Let me just get it again. He's asking about what are the cost, what are the cost associated with trading using crypto wallets. So his
So
question is, yeah,
this is Kivumbi Evans. Thank you so
yeah,
much for
Kivumbi,
that.
yes.
So Evans, the costs, of course, now I believe you're asking about transaction fees. On the blockchain, it's not like on exchanges, right? So if you want to send money, there are some blockchains which are very cheap. Something like it depends on the blockchain. So something like uh, the Polygon network is very cheap. How cheap? Like 0.00 something dollars per transaction, no matter how big it is. But these are layer twos. Some other networks are a bit expensive, like Ethereum. Ethereum is one of the more expensive networks, and you're looking at something like so. This one is computed based on the network. Uh, Sorry, not based on the network activity, but it's computed. It has a different cost at any particular time based on the activity on the network. So on Ethereum blockchain, you're looking at with the new update, you're looking at between paying 100 shilling in costs to something like I've seen people paying millions of dollars in costs by trying to front run transactions. So, but the average person will be paying between 100 shillings or between 0.5, no, 0.9 of a dollar to about $30 in gas fees, in what we call transaction fees on gas fees are basically transaction fees on a blockchain. But in most cases, you really need to use just other blockchains like Binance Smart Chain, which is very cheap. You're looking at something like 0.05 to 0.09 per transaction whenever you're sending money. So I hope, Evans, you have your answer. Louis, do you have any more questions?
I think we can proceed for now as we get to learn how to make money. So I think let's proceed with those two questions only.
So we've seen how to do this, but the main thing is we will be covering on the hands-on, and you need to understand that. So I think we've covered the risks. Have we covered the risks associated with DeFi, Louis?
No, I think it was the challenges, which was
Oh yeah,
maybe
challenges.
I can expand on that again.
Yeah, yeah. Please take us through the risks on DeFi.
Yeah, so what one needs to know that is challenges at times can may pose as risk. Remember the challenges we talked about a few slides earlier. Some of them might cross reference again to being as risk. So one of the major challenge we have with DeFi is what we call counterparty risk. So what is a counterparty risk? So it basically means that this now applies to the services that comes about with DeFi. So let's say if you take part, let's say on crypto loans, as I said, that's one of the services that you get to use when you are on DeFi or any other kind of lending within the ecosystem, you are at risk, of course, of the counterparty not paying their debt. So that is a very simple way of explaining it. But uh, these again may be addressed to how the smart contracts are set, but they usually that risk whereby the counterparty may not repay their debt, and of course that again has as the it will have further repercussions. The other risk is regulatory risk. I think that is quite elaborate. Regulation is all about legality of certain services and projects within a particular ecosystem. And in this case, we're talking about DeFi. And since DeFi is a new animal all through in the financial sector, it is quite difficult to ascertain the kind of risk that one has to weigh in, or rather put the basically measure how can I measure these risks in terms of what I'm getting in. So let's say if you have invested in a smart contract that is let's say shut down due to regulation problems, so that of course you will have to bear the risk, and these are things that happen time and again. We have blockchains that come up then after some time due to the founders, due to even sanctions from government, they are shut down. So you see that now in the end comes to you as the final holder or user of the particular blockchain. So that is on regulatory risk. The other one is on token risk. So token, I think in our past session we talked about the key differences between token and coins. So here we are talking about the token risk. So all the assets that you hold have uh, within the blockchain uh, will be affected for sure by their liquidity, the trustworthiness, and the smart contract security. How secure is it? Is there liquidity for that particular blockchain? Because at times maybe you may be looking to exit a position, or rather to get into a position, but there is not enough liquidity. You may have some bad actors within the particular blockchain ecosystem, whereby they are there to get something in the short while. So you need to actually do proper analysis when you are getting into a particular blockchain. So, but as of this point is that it's a risk to that extent. So the other one is that okay. Also, I think there's a maybe if you are part of our Telegram community, remember to join that. We have a particular document that actually shows you how you can do research to avoid such eventualities. But as you've said, this DeFi space is growing. It's still young. So when let's say a project has as low value, what we call it as a low market cap. So that poses a lot of risk in that one person, if let's say the key project holder or the key, let's say if you have let's say 60% of the tokens being held by two people, and if they decide to exit or rather they decide to abandon the project, so that of course puts a whole risk on your token holdings. So those are some of the things you need to weigh in. The other risk, as you can see, is a software risk. And this comes about due to code vulnerabilities. I mean, if a code is not well built by the developers, or there's a bug, there's a loophole within the smart contracts, you realize that I'm sure most of us within if you are new, you can actually we have heard about projects being hacked, a project losing billions of money. I think the most recent one we saw there was actually I think it's an actively ongoing investigation into some hacking into a particular smart chain. So you need to be aware of such risks. Nothing is foolproof. It only gets stronger with time and being tested. So you need to also know the kind of wallets you are using. How as you said, wallets are one of the key components of DeFi. So you need to know whether the particular developers, the particular communities, they have good faith. The last one is what we call impermanent loss. So this comes about due to people who are staking. Of course, if you are staking in a liquidity pool, when we have what we call price divergences, whereby the ratio becomes either bigger or smaller, it affects how much you get to lose on the tokens you did deposit in the pool. So that way you may get liquidated, or you may actually get to lose everything within what you had put in. So those are the 5 key risks that one needs to be aware. Basically, the counterparty regulation, I just went in a mixed manner, but those are the 5 key points. Madendo?
Thank you so much, Louis, for covering that. So the next part is let's get to see where are we able to find different projects. So of course, Ethereum has been the OG or the home of DeFi, but recently there are now a lot of blockchains to choose from with healthy DeFi ecosystems, and almost any network with smart contract capabilities right now can host decentralized applications, which we call DeFi apps, D apps. So Binance Smart Chain is a popular choice, along with Solana, Polkadot, AVAX, Avalanche. We have all these ones, and especially with Avalanche, it's very good for gaming and Web3. DeFi, especially with gaming and Web3. Web3 specifically is purely DeFi. So you'll see that. You'll see that a lot, and the metaverse as well. So finding the projects and DeFi protocols will, of course, require some research. So that would be online forums, messengers, and websites. This can be able to help you learn about new opportunities in the space. And something maybe you may need to be extremely very careful with is any information that you find. Always be very cautious and double check the safety of the projects, and read in regard to what you read and hear about the projects. So that's basically how you can find DeFi projects. So what would you need to access DeFi projects? So step one, if I can remember correctly, we had a question about the difference between DeFi and crypto. So step one, whenever you want to access DeFi, there are two main things that you need. You need a compatible wallet, That could be a browser extension like MetaMask, or a mobile one such as Trust Wallet with, of course, they'll do that job. So another one would be something like a software wallet. Any software wallet would do that job as well. So a custodial wallet, where you don't own the private keys, is less likely to allow you to do that. Custodial wallets are basically exchange wallets. So the second part of what you need is crypto. Of course, you need this, of course, obvious, but you may need, a mixture of different assets. Example is whenever you're using any decentralized app on, say, Binance Smart Chain, you'll need Binance Smart Chain, that is BNB on Binance Smart Chain, to pay for gas fees. So in most of the cases, the blockchains will require you to pay gas fees in their native currency. So Ethereum will also require you to pay in Ether. Solana will require you to pay in Sol, the native blockchain currency. So one of the things we could be looking at, especially during bear markets, is researching into good blockchain projects, because as long as the blockchain exists, the native currency which can be used for governance and for paying gas fees, in most of the cases, will have a very good use case. So if you want to get started with, say, liquidity pools and stake manually, you'll also need pairs of those particular coins of equal monetary value. So it's almost kind of basic, that but of course, that's all you need. If you don't feel comfortable setting up all this by yourself, you may still access some DeFi services through centralized entities. If you've covered with us the second last webinar, which was on Binance Earn, we covered something like DeFi staking, where Binance works with other DeFi platforms to allow you to access DeFi staking, which have higher APYs. We'll be showing you that shortly. So let's talk a bit about the main difference between DeFi and traditional finance. And so I would say arguably the most significant difference between DeFi and traditional finance is accessibility. So anyone can create a wallet and begin using DeFi services for as long as they have some crypto. So there's no signups or identity verification required, which is what we call KYC. So, but to access traditional services, you need to complete KYC. KYC is know your customer, which these are checks that must be completed, and other conditions must be met. So KYC basically verifies your ID, your face, your in our case in Kenya, maybe KRA PIN. All these documents are required for you to open an account. Recently, a friend of mine went to a bank to open an account, and they just judged him by looking at him, and they were like, no, I don't think you have enough income. So that's one of the things that traditional finance gets to discriminate about, and DeFi does not. In fact, this DeFi does not know anyone. It serves everyone with equal opportunities. So DeFi also offers financial services that aren't available in the traditional realm, by layering different DeFi services, sometimes known as what we call DeFi Legos. So it's possible to create a brand of new products that utilize multiple platforms. So this flexibility allows for innovative products that anyone can develop any kind of strategies for. So what's the main difference between DeFi and centralized finance, which is CeFi? So even in crypto world, not every financial service is actually decentralized. For example, staking through a centralized exchange like Binance requires you to give up, custody of your coins. I saw someone saying, when you're storing your coins on an exchange, it's more like an IOU. it's more like an IOU from the exchange, and you're only able to redeem that IOU from the exchange at the time of redemption. So in this case, you must you know you must trust the centralized entities that deals with your funds before you can give them the funds. So the majority of the services offered with the will kind of be the same. They will likely, they are likely done through the same DeFi platforms that a user can access directly. However, for centralized finance, it takes away the often complicated nature of managing DeFi investments by yourself, and you may also have an extra guarantee on your deposits. Also, centralized finance kind of, it's neither worse nor better than decentralized finance. It suitably depends on each user's wants and needs. So while you can sacrifice maybe some control in centralized finance, you often receive stronger guarantees and offload some responsibility for handling assets and executing transactions. Oftentimes you'll need to use rather to know your seed phrases and store them very securely in a DeFi ecosystem. But for centralized finance, you don't really need to think about all this. The best part is some of the very good centralized finance products offerings, like on Binance, they also assure you of insurance of your funds. If you remember in the 2018 hack, we were told funds are SAFU, right? And the funds are SAFU to date. That's true. So you need to, in DeFi, you don't necessarily have the insurance, but in centralized finance, they're able to do that because of that centralization aspect. So that's one of the things that we also needed to kind of understand. So let's also see the main differences between DeFi and open banking. Open banking is what people call table banking or something like that. So open banking is, of course, the banking system where third-party financial service providers give secure access to financial data through what we call APIs. APIs are basically application programmable interfaces. That is just a way to pull data from, you know, uh, databases. So this enables the networking of accounts and data between banks and non-bank financial institutions. So essentially, it's more of it allows new products and services within the traditional financial system. DeFi, on the other side, proposes an entirely new financial system that is independent of any current infrastructure. So DeFi is sometimes kind of, it's still open finance, right? For example, say open banking could allow the management of all traditional financial instruments in one application by kind of securing drawing data from several banks and institutions. But for decentralized finance, on the other hand, this could allow the management of the entirely new financial instruments and new ways of interacting with them. So one of the things that I have as a bone of contention to many is how do you regulate DeFi? This is actually decentralized finance. So you can't say necessarily there's a possible way, because you can't use the traditional financial regulations to be able to regulate a new asset class, a new something that doesn't follow the norms. So this is just different. So while this DeFi is kind of focused on building financial services separate from the traditional banking and political system, this kind of allows for a more open financial and financial system that could, potentially prevent precedents of something like censorship, financial surveillance, and discrimination worldwide. One of the things I think we are going through right now is a lot of discrimination through entities are able to kind of control even what a country can do, and we need to remove that, where everyone is given equal opportunity, rich or poor, wise or No, that's a bad example. So anyone can be given equal opportunities. So that's more like it when it comes to open banking. And right now, I think let's go hands-on. And before we go do this, Louis, do you have anything that you wanted to add?
Thank you, Madendo. So I'm seeing the charts are quite interesting. One key point that I can pull out is that there's a talk about rug pulls. So rug pulls, just to clarify, is it's I basically consider it a software risk by somebody encodes a particular rule on the particular project, in that they can either put a very high tax to allow to allow you not to sell it, or rather, I mean, it's I don't, because this is just a basic session, so just consider rug pull a software risk, and yes, and that is done by bad actors within the ecosystem. So that is, I think, one of the key points to pull out. Otherwise, thank you, Malendu.
So just to add on rug pulls, remember on DeFi gives everyone equal opportunities. So anything that is beneficial has its own, shortcomings. And the shortcomings for DeFi is it also allows bad actors, because again, of the equal opportunities, also allows bad actors to do anything that they may want. What that means is someone may come in here, create a coin, and then on the smart contract, we'll show you how to read smart contracts. On the smart contract, maybe implement something that says, you can only withdraw if your wallet address is X. So that's called whitelisting. That works so badly, especially for people who are new to the space. And I've seen one of the main scams going around right now is someone has a multi-signature wallet where for you to do a transaction, you need more than one signature to, to run that. And they will fund that particular wallet. These are mainly done on TRX, rather on Tron, because Tron can easily allow you to do a multi-signature wallet. So you can put in like $1,000. So this is what the scammers are doing. So they put in like $1,000 in a wallet, make it a multi-signature wallet. Once they make it a multi-signature wallet, that means you need at least two signatures. One, you can access the wallet, but you can only transact it from if you have the second signature, or you can assign it with as many wallets as you'd like. So now the main challenge in that case is people are greedy out here. So this scammer will go out there and say, come up with a story. I have money on Trust Wallet. It's USDT on Tron, and unfortunately, I can't be able. I'm unable to cash it out, and basically try to have people bite on that. And of course, there will be that USDT. So people will often send gas fees to those particular wallets because they need gas fees to do transactions. And that's how they basically move the gas fees. They just take the gas fees and they scam people that way. So that's a scam that is going on right now so much. So please, please, please stick to your own stuff. So don't be greedy for other people's stuff. That one will kind of make you fall for scams. Other things that you may need to be very careful about is investment platforms. If you find, especially on Telegram, you're on Telegram, you get a random DM, someone says, usually they put in these, lady pictures. They are there telling you, have you heard about mining? Have you heard about, what's your investment going like? They give you all sorts of reasons to believe, there are these particular investment strategies. But the real thing is someone really, the main question I ask myself is, You guy, you're telling me I can earn 10 to 15% daily. Why are you not doing it yourself? So, and earn that 10 to 15. Why is my money important to you so that you bring it to me? So that's basically how people are getting scammed. You just put in money in a random smart contract, and putting in that money in a random smart contract basically means you're giving it away, right? So, and people are able to rag you. Same case for rag pools, especially with pump and dump schemes. Please, please, please. Pump and dump schemes. Avoid, avoid, avoid. Why? These people will give you coins, which they have a locked or vesting period. They generate a pump, and then you may think you're actually gaining. But the challenge with that is the coins are valueless. They're just locking in your liquidity. So that happens with pump and dump schemes. By the time you're coming in to buy, you are the exit liquidity, right? So you need to be very careful whenever it comes to pump and dumps. Actually, just don't involve yourself into that. Those are just not ways to make money long term. Instead, we'd suggest something like accumulating good knowledge of DeFi and seeing what products you can be able to execute out of that. Some of the products, people I've seen people building some very nice things out here. People building betting sites on top of on top of chains. People building, online commerce stores. Um, People building all sorts of online businesses that you can think of. They are able to do that. Of course, I'm not saying like people try to build tire companies. I'm just saying you'll see all these kind of there's a lot of things that can be done on DeFi. So that said, Louis, do you have anything you can add?
I think you've actually talked about the key points whereby people fall into scammers' hands. Maybe as you go to the last part of hands-on, there is a comment from somebody who talked about. I think they want to know how to get the private keys, how to navigate. I think that's what we're going to do now. So I'll leave it at that for now.
All right, all right, all right. Let's get to the most interesting part. Uh, Ray Allen says, I think I've been all through it. I've been through it all in crypto. Yeah. People are getting welcomed in crypto in a very bad way. And it's a bit unfortunate, but we need to now understand the risks in crypto. So now
Actually,
let's go.
Madendo, as you on the same, it's actually a good thing at times when you get people who are like now what Ray just said. By the time
Yeah.
somebody has lost money, so they are actually taking now information seriously next time. Meaning, they'll just be there for the sake of it. They know I have to really focus on what I'm doing. Yeah, they
Uh, I
become
see
wiser. Yes.
I see Samuel Agabe saying, with sessions like these, you become wiser. That's true. uh, Polygard says, stay away from crypto Ponzi platforms. Just stay away. Stay away. So now let's get to the next exciting session, which is now where we cover the hands-on. So I'll start from any beginner can be able to watch this, and I'll start from the very beginning. So I'll share my phone screen because I also understand people are using mostly your trust wallet, those are the things you're mainly using. And while I appreciate on that, I'll be showing you my phone screen so that now you're able to also kind of understand how you can interact on with DeFi.
Yeah.
um,
So as you're getting the screen on ready, maybe I can also talk about something small as you get that ready. So as we okay, remember that crypto is a new thing in what you're doing these days. So always don't forget common sense. don't forget common sense. When something comes up, always ask yourself, why is it? Why is this person telling me X, Y, Z? So always and that happens usually when there is some money to be made. And then one very common question is that most people will be like, okay, what is it? What is in for me when I get to crypto? What am I going to get? So that should never leave your your, your mind. Always ask yourself, okay, I'm getting to this project. What are they offering? What value am I giving them? So it's always a two-way. It's always a two-way for something to be to be genuine and to be sustainable. But when something is looking extremely juicy, is extremely you're going to make I don't know how many X's within for doing nothing. For sure, you'll come back saying, "Oh, I wish I had." So that is one thing that I need to. I mean, there's we can only insist so much, but unfortunately, people will still get to fall into into these pitfalls. But I say that is a good thing. By the time somebody comes out of it, trust me, they'll never go back there. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Once you come out of it, you really are not going back there. You really, really are not going back there. So, just a second, Louis. We're going to share the screen shortly. Oh, uh, could have actually shared these parts.
Yeah, so always also remember to for guys on YouTube, remember to plug into the Telegram our Telegram groups, official Binance Telegram group. I think it's been shared on the chat. So that's where you'll find key information on how to do research, how to the basics of securing your wallet, the basics of buying on P2P. So yeah, and once you join the group, the Telegram, and this on your personal level, make sure you always tweak your settings, your privacy settings, such that people cannot just inbox you or contact you. So there's a way you can always tweak your privacy settings, because you may find people are adding you into very many groups on Telegram. So you need to you have powers to actually control who adds you into what group. So that is one thing we need to remember. So another thing I'm just trying to scroll through the comments is that yeah. So Joseph T says if something look good to be true, yeah. So it's actually it's an age old saying that if something is too good to be true, then it probably is. So don't forget that, and that is actually common sense. Most people usually forget it when there's an opportunity to make some good money. So yes, I think you've already shared the screen. So continue, Madendo. Thank you.
Right, right, right. This is my phone screen, and I'll be showing you using the phone screen because I also understand that most of us are using the phone anyway. So I'll go to my Binance wallet, step one, Binance wallet. Of course, I need us to go to Binance Pro so that now, okay, just let's use Binance Pro for demonstration purposes for today. So on Binance Pro, we can go to wallets and go to funding, and let's go get a bit of money on P2P. So I'll just buy some small, I'll switch my currency and buy some small amount on P2P. I want to show you from start, like you've not interacted with DeFi and you have some money somewhere and you want to, indulge yourself in this DeFi, right? So how can we get started? I just want to buy like 3,000 shillings worth of KES. So just a second, let me find a merchant who I know is very fast. Oh, I've seen one. I actually look for when I'm looking for merchants. Actually look for people who are very a lot of trades. So like this one, I'll just put in like we can just buy 4,000 shillings. 4,000 shillings. From this, then I see the pay bill is KCB. So I'll go to my M-Pesa and make the payment.
Yeah, so
522.
as you guys can see, these are a real time illustration. So it's not something that you hear or you're actually seeing the Madendo go to the P2P platform and buy actual USDT from a trader who is trading on the platform. So you can see he has to confirm, he has to send the money to the person, and always remember not to send money to a third party. Ensure that you are sending money to the number that is displayed by the seller. But then,
Yes, so we've just sent money to this particular seller. We just we'll just wait for them to validate the transaction, and once we do that, in the meantime, we can just be talking about something different, something like, oh, we can be doing giveaways actually. Let me ask. Do you have any questions, Louis, that you've prepared?
actually, no, I haven't prepared any question. I was just going through the chats, but I think we've already awarded the two guys who answered correctly the first questions. That was I think the two guys. So they may actually make sure that they contact you on or me on Telegram.
Right.
So we want me to ask a question or
I think let me prepare one of the questions here, and I will ask what's just a sec. I will ask or I'm typing it here. Um, hmm. And this question, I want us to answer it on Telegram. That is Binance East Africa. I have asked the question, what are DEXs? What are DEXs? Not just the full definition, the full meaning, but what are DEXs? Put your answers on Telegram. The Facebook users, I see you there as well. Put your answers on Telegram. Put your answers on Telegram. What are
so?
DEXs?
How much are they winning? Just for that, so that people can know what is at stake.
At least $10. I'm giving you live giveaways of at least $10.
Yeah, so $10. That's good money. On
That
a
will pay
Thursday.
for your bundles for this for this session and 5 other sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what are dexes? What are dexes? I'm waiting for people to answer. And I said, please do not answer as you can't just put in the full answer, the full description. What are dexes? We need to know what are dexes.
So maybe
Please.
as people are typing in away, Peters, you can go ahead and ask a question. I think you've said you have a question, so please go ahead and ask, because we are still waiting for the P2P transaction to go through. And there's a link for Telegram. I think it's already being shared. So Samuel, don't answer it here. Answer it on the on the on the Telegram official Telegram group for East Africa. That's one of the
So,
requirements. So that
Louis,
will not count.
yeah,
Madendo?
our trade has just completed. So
Okay.
now the money has been put in our account. Those of us who are skeptical about buying on P2P, that's how basically you can do a P2P trade. You just bought 4,000 from this person. We don't even know the person. We can now leave a review for them. So once you do a P2P trade, you have money on your funding wallet. You can now decide to withdraw from here. It will still allow you to do that. Previously, you could only withdraw from the spot wallet. Oh, I understand you can't see my screen. Oh, perfect. It's visible now. Now, the next part is after you go here, I'm just basically showing you through the Binance platform. I'll go to Play Store. Play Store. Play Store. Play Store. Where is Play Store? I'm using Android. I'll find Trust Wallet. I prefer Trust Wallet, but there are other alternatives like Binance wallet. It's called a DeFi wallet, I believe. Let me see. Not these ones. Anyway, let's Trust Wallet and MetaMask. They are the best, the biggest. MetaMask. Uh, you can either use MetaMask or Trust Wallet, whichever you use. I just find the Trust Wallet interface a bit intuitive, better. But I'll show you how to configure your wallets, and I can start with MetaMask. And on MetaMask, I'll put in. I'm just waiting for this one. So why are we showing the wallets? We are showing the wallets because we just came in from a centralized exchange, that is Binance. We just bought our crypto. Now we need to interact with DeFi. We need to interact with decentralized finance. And how to do that, you need a crypto wallet. If you remember, we talked about crypto wallets. So I think as MetaMask installs, let me just get Trust Wallet, and open my Trust Wallet. So of course it will ask for a pin, and we don't have a lot of money here. So I'll just delete one of these wallets here. Just a second. Let me see what wallet to delete. This one. It's because I have a lot of wallets here. You need to have not more than 10 wallets. So now, by default, when you download Trust Wallet, it will look like this. All right. So if you had another wallet, Louis, please be selecting Telegram. The two winners from Telegram.
Yes, yes,
Select the best
I'm checking.
two
Yeah. So is it the
answers.
first one or the randomly?
Just two good answers. Two good
Okay, okay,
answers.
two good answers. Okay,
Yeah, so when you come in here, your screen will look like this. The next part is you need to click on create a wallet, and you check in on these particular conditions. These are basically reminding you that if you lose your seed phrase, your funds will be lost forever. And if you expose your seed phrase or share it, anybody can get to your funds and steal them. And then Trust Wallet, of course, will never reach out to ask for any of your money. Then click on continue. You'll get a seed phrase. So a seed phrase is there are 12 words. Unfortunately, they are being hidden here because of security purposes. But even the next step. Now how can I show this? Um, hmm. Okay. Let me just configure it. It's very easy. So my first word is second word is note. Third one is hurry. Fourth one is region. Fifth one, I won't tell you. Sixth one, I won't tell you. Seventh one is west. Eighth one is entire. Ninth one is upon. Tenth one is artist, attic. 11th, I won't tell you. And 12th is divide. So it will basically allow you to create a wallet, and you don't need any KYC, and it's just as easy as that. Now we have a wallet here. Now the next part is depositing into this particular DeFi wallet. In this case, I was just showing you how to create a DeFi wallet. I don't really need to keep this wallet. So I'll just, you've just created your DeFi wallet. I'll go back to my wallet. Now, on my wallet, notice we have how much in BNB Smart Chain. That is 290 shillings. So I need to click on receive, and then click on Smart Chain, and then copy this address. Or I could scan it if I have another phone. You could scan this particular QR code. Now, let's go back to Binance. On Binance, you click on withdraw. Then you click on the asset you want to withdraw. In this case, we want to withdraw USDT, and then you send via what? Via crypto network. Then we paste in. So on Trust Wallet, the address you'll be getting in this case will be a Binance Smart Chain wallet. And now on the network, you need to select the same network. So in this case, we need to select Binance Smart Chain. Remember, BNB chain and BNB Smart Chain, those are two different things. BNB's Beacon Chain and BNB Smart Chain. Even the wallets look different. In this case, so we want to use the BNB Smart Chain, and then click on confirm. Now we can just remove it all and click on withdraw and then click on confirm. On Binance, you need to do two-step verification. So in this case, I need to click on, why am I clicking a lot of confirms here? I need to go and put in my pin, my codes. So I can go get my verification on email, get my verification on, you get verification on your email and get verification on phone. So I'll copy this. This is the email verification. Paste it in here. Copy the phone verification. Paste it in here. So this is the beauty about Binance. Very secure. Not anyone can have your PIN, but no one can withdraw your money. So put in the code for Google Authenticator and then click on submit. So once you click on submit, the withdrawal will start the processing. So once they withdraw on, now the other part I need us to look at is how fast are you able to withdraw this money. We just submitted this transaction right now. Let's go to our Trust wallet and wait for the transaction. So this is Trust wallet. We just deposited. Currently the money is 3,056 shillings, Kenyan shillings. I've put my account to display in Kenyan shillings. So the next part is, let's get to wait and see how long it takes that money to reflect. So remember, if it was Trust to Trust wallet, that would be a bit of a faster process. But on Binance to Trust, it may take a bit longer. A bit longer, I mean, like like a minute extra, because of the compliance the transactions have to go through. This serves as a way to protect the users. So now the amount you can see here has been received. You can see there the amount has been received. $33.13 has been received. So, and now our balance is 7,000. So I'll show you just how fast transactions can happen. I'll go get my second wallet. This is my second wallet, and then click on receive and try to send USDT on this particular chain. And now I've copied my address. I'll go back to my wallet, first wallet, and then click on send, and then put in USDT, paste in the address. Now this is where I could also scan. I could now also put in Kenyan shillings. I want to send maybe 300 shillings, Kenyan shillings, which is an equivalent of 2.47 USDT. Click on continue, and then I'll go and sign the transactions or sign the transaction on this particular screen. So, oh, sorry. I'll go and sign the transaction on this particular screen. So you can see the screen. I'll click on confirm and then put in my fingerprint, my code. Just like that, the transaction has happened. And now, because this is a decentralized transaction, it has happened instantly. It has happened instantly. In fact, the amount has been received on this other end. Look, the amount just came in. It's instant. Guys, I'm about to ask for someone's address and show you how fast this is. Now, that's a wallet to wallet transaction. All right. Actually, someone can paste in their address here, and we can try to send them, a small token and see how fast can that transaction happen. And the beauty of it is the transaction fees. Let's go here and see the last transaction that we did. So remember, the fees are actually flat rate, and if you're transacting small amounts, the fees may be relatively higher. So if you're transacting 300 shillings, we incurred a fee of 8.93 shillings. Now, how about we try and transfer 3,000 shillings? Let's transfer 3,000 shillings and see how much we incur. 3,000 shillings, and we do the transaction very quick. Just like that, transfer the 3,000. If I go to the next wallet, like this, the 3,000 has just been received here. So we can confirm the wallet has received the money. So I'll go back to these other, the first wallet, and just show you how much in transaction fees did we pay. We paid 6.31 Kenyan shillings. That's if you're transacting $24, we paid about $0.05 in transaction fees. Where will you see that? If you're transacting more money, it's kind of a flat rate. You'll never pay more than $0.1 for transactions. So that's the beauty of it. So the next part is I want us to interact with adapt rather let me first check which wallet we're on. So you go on browser, on Trust Wallet, we need to interact with dApps, decentralized applications. So in that case, you need to go to browser, and now we'll see all the decentralized applications right here. They are listed, and you can see LooksRare is one of them, PancakeSwap is one of them. Uniswap is the largest decentralized exchange we have. You can be able to interact with all of these, even lending platforms. You can see yield farming platforms like AutoFarm, YieldWatch, Lido Staking. You can see gaming platforms like Pull Together, MaxBet, My Crypto Heroes, all sorts of these things. Exchanges like Apollo X, OpenSea, OpenOcean, sorry, and PancakeSwap. If you need to expand these, you can see all of them, all the dexes, all the decentralized exchanges right here. And on DeFi, you're seeing something like Venus, which is a decentralized marketplaces for lenders and borrowers with kind of borderless stablecoins. So you click on Venus, it will take you directly to the Venus actual website. And now you're interacting directly to this particular platform. You're connected to your own wallet, zero KYC, just like that. You just click on, you see this, click on connect, and then click on Trust Wallet, then click on connect. Just like that, you're connected. So that's how easy it is to interact with DeFi. And now you can allow for minting of this particular token, and now you'll see something we call a smart contract. A smart contract will show you, will kind of it's basically the code, and you can see the network fees we are about to incur in case we approve that smart contract and all of these. So I'll show you how to swap coins on the Binance Smart Chain using PancakeSwap, the exchange. So on PancakeSwap, one of the good products I really like is the exchange part of them, and we also have the pools where you're able to interact with PancakeSwap pools and earn crazy APYs. So in this case, we can say we add USDT. So we have USDT on Binance Smart Chain. So I select USDT. That's what we have here. Now, how much? Wait a minute. I think we are in the wrong wallet. Just a second. I just saw we have $5 only. Oh yeah. Yes. I need to go to the other wallet, second wallet. So the other thing is DeFi allows you to have, you can have as many wallets as you want. So in this case, you can see we have 3,300 shillings, the equivalent of 27 dollars in our Trust Wallet. So now I click on browser, and then we go on PancakeSwap, which is decentralized exchange, the largest on Binance Smart Chain. Remember, the smart chain is different from normal other chains. Is not like Binance exchange. I need to make this white so that everyone can be able to see. Not everyone enjoys dark mode. So it will reload, and we'll see PancakeSwap. Just a second. Oh, I think I just adjusted the settings here. Yeah, PancakeSwap right there. Now we need to convert our USDT. Let's say USDT to something like let's buy something. Let's buy, guys, put in on the chat. What do you want me to buy to demo? What do you want me to buy? First answer. First answer. What do you want me to buy? All right. I'll just go and buy one of the coins. So something. In fact, there's something I want you to teach you. So some digital Edwin says they want us to buy ETH. So I'll search in here ETH like that and click on it. So something else you may find is in case you don't find that token here. In this case, I see Ray Alana said XVS. Let's see if we can see XVS here. So let's say we can't see this particular token here. We have a tool we call CoinGecko or Coin Market Cap. These are information tools. I'll just use CoinGecko in this case to just show you around. And now on CoinGecko, you can go and grab the smart contract of that the contract address of that particular coin that you're looking at. So in this case, we can actually just get ETH. So in case you didn't find ETH, you can come into the Ethereum pair on CoinGecko. Now go down here and find markets. Find just a second. It doesn't seem to be listing what I want here. So Ethereum, actually, I don't think anyone has not listed it. I'll find a Doge coin, a dog coin, a shit coin, basically. I'll just find. Let me even take Floki like this. I need something that has a contract address which is from Binance Smart Chain. So I'll just select random coins here and see if there is a contract address of Smart Chain. Someone. Oh, Floki. Was it? No. Oh, there was a coin called Shiboki. Is it even valuable? No, let's buy Wakanda Inu. Wakanda Inu. So I'll just get this WKD. So assuming you didn't find it here, if you went to your Trust wallet and you wanted to use USDT to buy Wakanda Inu, and you didn't see Wakanda Inu here, the next part you'd go to your Coin Market Cap or CoinGecko, copy this contract address, copy it like that. Then go back to this particular Trust wallet like this. And then instead of putting in here, you paste in the contract address. Now it will show you the results of that particular coin. Then you import it to your wallet and then click on I understand and then click on import. So let's buy $2 worth of Wakanda Inu. $2 will buy us 200 million or something coins worth of Wakanda Inu. Then click on enable USDT. So this is the first part where you're signing in the contract, and you'll see the contract address and then click on confirm, and then this will sign in the contract. So once you sign, it will confirm that you can be able to swap. So the reason, so in case you're swapping in, let's say this Wakanda Inu for something, and you can see here up here, the contract has executed. In fact, you'll get notifications up here and says the smart contract has been executed. So once it has been executed, you see the route it will take. In this case, there's no USDT to WKD, that is the ticker symbol for Wakanda Inu. There's no USDT to WKD ticker symbol, rather pair. So what it will do, there's a pair for USDT against BNB. So in the DeFi system, in this particular exchange, they use what we call automated market makers in liquidity pools. So what this one will do, it will take a pool of from USDT to BNB and then swap your BNB for WKD. Then click on swap and then confirm the swap, and then it will execute another contract call, and then you'll be able to approve the contract call and then approve the transaction. So now, once this is done, you can go to your wallet and you'll have Wakanda Inu. All right. So let's go back to our wallet and see whether we have Wakanda Inu. And the answer is yes, we have Wakanda Inu here. So what if you bought and it didn't show up? What if you bought that token and it didn't show up? The next part is you'd go up top right on the settings. So scroll down to the last part. Sorry, click on the plus button right here, and then click plus, and then select the network of that particular coin on chain. So in this case, Wakanda Inu is located on Binance Smart Chain. Remember, please, 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 we just selected this coin randomly, all right? We are not saying you buy it. In fact, I would avoid buying it. I'm just showing you how things are done here. So you put in the contract address, and then it will fill in the name, the symbol, and the decimal. In case it does not fill in, you may now need to go and do a bit of digging in terms of the project and see what those symbols are, what the decimal needed are. And then once you click on done, it will be added and you'll be seeing your worth, your Wakanda Inu here, your tokens here. In case, let's say you wanted to have a token, you can also search for it here and then come in and enable that particular token. So that's basically how you did on DeFi. And now let's switch to Binance. Let's switch and see how you can do it on the web interface. So on this part, I will search PancakeSwap, PancakeSwap. And I'm using PancakeSwap because it's one of the easiest. And please note, PancakeSwap has a lot of sites which are trying to copy it. I don't know, PancakeSwap.finance, a lot of sites which are just not genuine. So just make sure it's PancakeSwap.finance. In this case, DeFi, this is one of the risks where now you don't know whether you're dealing with a legit site or not. So now I'll go to the web interface looks like this. I'll just switch back to the normal, the white mode, because I also understand most people may like the lighter version. And now the next part you do is click on connect wallet. So in this case, Trust Wallet has something we call, let me share it again. Let me see which screen we're sharing actually. You may be sharing the wrong screen. Oh, perfect. We're on the right screen. So I want to go back to 18, I believe, to our phone screen and show you something called Wallet Connect. There's something we call Wallet Connect. Oh, let me copy this. Just a second. The backend part. So on Trust Wallet, I believe we can all see now my phone screen. Just a second, give it a second. Oh, I see we're also running out of time here. So on my phone screen, you see you go to settings, and then there's something we call Wallet Connect, which I'm highlighting here. So it allows you to scan the code which the website will be giving you, and now you're able to connect your wallet directly. So if I decide to kind of click on scan, if I click on here and I enable to scan, it will show you the code right here. So just a second, let me go back to the PancakeSwap website. Let's go back to the PancakeSwap website, and we are here. So if we click on connect wallet, remember my phone is trying to scan a QR. So now I'll click on Trust Wallet, and then it will say wallet is not installed. So I need to click on Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect. Now it will tell me to scan this code. I'll scan this particular code, and on my phone, this will appear. Let me show you what will appear on my phone. Oh, my PC is my PC is getting overwhelmed. Oh, I just messed up that. Let me go back and scan and show you what's appearing, so that now you know how to connect your wallets. So just a second. On your PC, on your phone, it will show like this. So all you have to do is click on connect. Now you'll see the connection established right here. So you can see it right here. So I'll delete the first connection because I don't remember what this is. Remember to always disconnect any sites that you don't remember what they are. So once you do that, if I go back to PancakeSwap and let me reconnect because it seems like, but basically that's how you do the connection. So I approve the transaction, and then now you can see when our wallet is connected and the wallet is showing right here. So I'll take you under the earn path. This is one of my favorite tools on PancakeSwap as well. You'll now see you're able to interact with farms and pools. So on farms, you're able to stake what we call liquidity provider tokens. What liquidity provider tokens are, let's say you have a trading pair for cake against BNB. Remember again, we said on decentralized finance, it gets rid of the middleman. So there is like an automated market maker. And in this case, you get cake against BNB, you provide into that particular liquidity pool. And once you provide into that, any person doing a trade on with a trade of any of these particular pairs, you are gaining X amount. And you can see now the annual APR rate for this is about 42%. No bank will go pay you that. No bank will go pay you that. If you look at in terms of the APR, you can see some pairs are even paying you 582%. These are crazy rates, but no bank will go pay you that. But also something you need to consider is the risk. So these are things you can be able to do, and the pools are even easier. On the pools, you're basically providing into the liquidity pool, and once you provide into the liquidity pool, you will get to share the rewards. I see on this particular part, Cake has the highest APY. APY is like you take that 60%, divide it by 365, and then you're getting paid like the equal amount of 60 over 365 in terms of percentage daily, and then it's compounding. So that's what we mean by like DeFi has crazy rates, but then you can see the mode of interaction is not the easiest, especially if you're new in the space. But then it begs us to learn a lot. And that said, I don't want to make this so long. I will wish to end the session now so that now you can also take some time to go and learn more. Something we can do is anything you don't understand, always come back and learn from here. So I let Louis.
But then before you go,
Yes.
well, before you end, there was a question that was asked earlier about lending, as in, it was asking whether the lending rates on DeFi are higher than simple earn. Maybe you can talk briefly about those terms.
So the lending rates on DeFi, I would say Binance has better terms. However, I'll still talk about DeFi. The advantage with DeFi on lending rates, they are very competitive. And the advantage with crypto is you're paying for only the time you're using that particular loan. What does that mean? Let's say you go to your bank. Those of us who have had bank loans, you'll find that if I sign on a contract that I'm agreeing to take a loan of 100,000 shillings at an APR rate of 18%, and spread through installments for 12 months, that would be something like 116,000. Divide that by 12 months, um, you're paying something like something like 10,800 or so every month. Now, if you decide, it's October, right? You now decide December, I want to clear this loan. You know what? You'll pay even for the amount you didn't use for the period, because you agreed that you'll pay the loan in 1 year. So paying early, you get penalized. In DeFi and in crypto, you only pay the loan for how long you've used it in terms of hours. So if it's like 7% APY that you're supposed to pay in terms of the loan, and the loans are cheaper, by the way, in terms of the loan, if you're paying like 7%, they'll take that 7%, divide it by 365 times 24. All right, 365 days times 24 hours. So if you've used that loan for 6 days or for 10 days, you're only accounting for to 40 hours in interest rates. So that's the beauty of DeFi and crypto. So, Louis, do you think that
Yeah, I
that's
think
answer?
that's quite a clear brief. That's all.
All right, all right. Thank you so much for those of us who managed to stay to the end.
So maybe
And
on maybe the last one on the question that you had asked on the Telegram chat.
yeah,
Since I think we are out of time, I've seen a lot of questions answered, but most people you had asked about what are dexes, but most
yeah.
people are actually just copy pasting, which is I mean it's good, but it doesn't give that as in organic response. So I've picked two guys who I think they've tried to type it out and also like genuinely. So there is Digital Edwin and Ray Allen.
Ah,
So
perfect.
yeah, so that's all for me.
Right, all right. So now I want to give you equal opportunity to everyone. So today's topic is DeFi, all right? So I will pin 4 codes on Telegram. Remove the word DeFi and then redeem it. So that will mean this one is only applicable to the people who manage to be on at the end of the session. I've pinned 4 codes where if you remove the word DeFi, you get you're able to redeem the code and you get lucky. So Samuel, I see you're saying you're unlucky. No, you're not unlucky. Go copy the code on Telegram, remove the word DeFi, and redeem that particular code. Of course, the codes are for, so first come, first serve. So guys, thank you so much for those of us who managed to stay to the end. For the Facebook users, thank you so much. We've also given you equal opportunity for you to be winning. And that said, we wish to end the session right now. And it's been a great honor to host every one of you. Have a good evening. Louis, do you have any closing word?
Oh, that's all. I think it was a very nice session, interactive, and you see the value of staying to the end. You get to be part of the whole session, and we look forward to better, as in much interactive session as we had today. Thank you for inviting me, Badendo. Thank you, and good evening.
Thank you. Have a good evening and good night, everyone.